Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, Eileen. Hello. We'll give everybody a second to find me here before I get started. So excited to tell you guys the details about Crop on the Cape. Hello, we've got people, looks like people popping in on YouTube and Facebook, so that's working out okay. Always a good thing. I see some familiar Crop on the Cape names. I love it. I see Lynn is here. She's going to be teaching at Crop on the Cape for the first time. I'm so excited to have her teach her fabulous mixed media class. Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I wanted to be able to go over the event with you. Registration always actually goes fairly smoothly for Crop on the Cape, but there are some new things involved with the new design of my website. And if you know me, you know I like to try to give you guys as much information as possible. So it is a streamlined, non-stressful time of registration. So, hello, 27, part of my crew that helps me and all that we get done that weekend. All right. So I'm going to jump right in and give you guys the details about the event. I'll kind of keep an eye on comments, but I'm not going to stop to answer questions until the end. That way I won't forget what I'm sharing with you guys tonight. I do have my little notes down here that I'll be referring to. But real quick, I just want to introduce myself in case maybe you are new to me. But hello, I'm Jen Shirkus. And I am the creative chick that hosts a lot of in-person and online events and classes. So Crop on the Cape is an event that's been around since 1999. It was actually, this is a little story time. It was actually originally started by Lighthouse Scrapbooking, which was based in Southern New Hampshire. I want to say Nashua, but don't quote me on that. It was definitely Southern New Hampshire. And she wanted to do kind of a getaway crop for her customers and for people in the New England area. So she chose Cape Cod, super drivable, not that far, and kind of feels like a little getaway. And she actually reached out to Jane, who was the owner of Colorful Creations, the store I used to manage, to be another on-site store to sell products. So Lighthouse Scrapbooking would bring product from her store and Jane would bring product from her store. And they started this thing again back in 1999. I thought I was involved since 2003, but I'm going to bump that up 1 year. I've been involved with this event since 2004. And basically since I moved to Cape Cod and started working for Colorful Creations. And for the past few years, I have run it solely with my boyfriend, Chris, and some amazing friends. My friend Josie comes down from New Hampshire and helps out. And then I've got my fun friends crew from Cape Cod, 27, Brad, Jen, and Lindsay, as well as other people that help and jump in last minute. And do a lot of behind the scenes work as well. So it's a really, really fun event. I can't believe that 2023 is going to be our 22nd year. It should be our 24th, but we had 2 years where we weren't able to do in person because of the pandemic. We did do one virtual, and that was really fun, but it's truly meant to be an in-person event. The event is held in Hyannis, Massachusetts, here on Cape Cod. Kind of like the city of Cape Cod is Hyannis. There's a lot of local restaurants and shopping. It's easy to get to. It's not too far into the Cape. So if you are traveling either from Boston because you flew in or you're driving, it's not that far over the bridge. And it's just a really, really fun event. I actually wanted to show you guys. Let me bring up these banners. Let's see. So it's an event that over 250 people attend this event. And I wanted to show you guys this. Crop on the Cape really becomes a tradition. And last year, I don't know, the light bulb went off and I got this really great idea to actually do photos of people that had been part of the event for over 10 years. So 10 years and more. And that's what you see in this photo here. And of course, not everybody made it to the photo time. Some people might have been out of the ballroom at that time. This is something I might do again this year and have it more scheduled so people can plan. But everybody you see here in the photo had been attending Crop on the Cape for 10 plus years. And looking at this photo, I can tell you that honestly, it was probably 15 plus years, most of the people that I see in this photo. But I also wanted to share with you guys that newbies are always welcome. Last year, we had a crazy in a good way, amount of first timers. So everybody you see here in the photo, except for me, everybody insisted that I was part of the photo too, but everybody you see here in this photo were first timers. They had never been to the event before and they attended for the first time. And I've already seen in some of the comments, some people have asked, well, what if I'm going to attend by myself? I'm not going to know anybody there. We'll talk about the seating chart in a little bit, but we do a really good job, I think, at seating people with either other, single people, or we let everybody at the table know, hey, Jen is coming by herself. Make sure you introduce yourself and be nice to her. And what ends up happening is we have lifelong friendships that have formed over, honestly, the seating of Crop on the Cape. You just never know who you're going to meet. And it's just a really, really fun event. So like I said, I just wanted to share those photos with you. I thought that they were so fun. So Crop on the Cape is going to be in 2023, March 16th to 19th. Registration is this Saturday, November 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And a little different this year. Most of the information for the event is on the website croponthecape.com. But registration is actually going to take place on my website, shirkus.com. That's the website that I just recently updated. Did a lot of work to it behind the scenes so that it can handle a registration of this size and things will run smoothly. So I am going to share my computer screen with you guys in a little bit and give you guys some, information on that. So stay tuned. But it made sense to keep all the information for the event over on croponthecape.com. So you'll be able to read a lot about the event over there. What is, included, some good FAQs. You'll find our cancellation policy. We did switch things up a little bit with that. The big thing that tends to sometimes not surprise people, but maybe people don't understand, but there's certain refunds we can do up to a certain amount of time. But then when we get really close to the event, unfortunately, there's no refunds, no exceptions. And that's a really hard thing, honestly, for me as a host, because everybody feels like their scenario should be an exception, but unfortunately it can't be. So all that icky business stuff is never a fun thing, but definitely check that out. One big change this year, which might not, really affect most of you, is in years past, we've had multiple packages for the event. So some people would choose, package A, which meant they were attending Friday through Sunday. Package B was Friday, Saturday. Package C was Saturday, Sunday. And then you could choose to supersize it, which meant you could check in on Thursday. And that's kind of how it all started a million years ago. And as the years have progressed, we have seen that fewer and fewer people were doing the optional packages. The vast majority of people were doing a super A, meaning they were checking in on Thursday and staying the whole weekend. So, what we've decided this year to kind of streamline registration, honestly, to help us behind the scenes and stay better organized, is just to have one package. You just register for Crop on the Cape, and you can show up on Thursday at 4 p.m. when the event starts. Or you can show up on Friday night. You could show up Saturday morning. Really, it's whenever you want. You just have to check in with the registration desk, and the registration desk is open most days. I think we're doing like 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. Thursday, the event starts at 4 p.m. So we'll be there 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I think that's going to make it a lot easier and a little less confusing, honestly. And you don't really see much price difference if you were doing one of those other packages. So that's one of the big changes that I just wanted to explain. And the other thing I wanted to mention is on top of Crop on the Cape, I also host another in-person event called the Creative Journey Art Retreat. And both of the logos look similar, so sometimes people get confused with what the difference of the events are. So Crop on the Cape is more an event where you bring your own projects to work on, and you're essentially paying for a table space to work in a very large ballroom. I'll show you guys a picture of that. So this is just like a quarter of the space. But basically, you're paying for a table space to work at. You can work on your projects. We have people scrapbook, card make, knit, work on mixed media. And to be completely honest, we have some people roll up in with all of their stuff and don't make a darn thing all weekend. And that's totally okay too. They just have fun chit-chatting and hanging out with friends. In addition to your space where you can work on your projects, is you also can sign up for additional classes. I think we have over 15 different classes this year. Everything, again, from scrapbooking and card making, home decor, mixed media. We've got Cricut classes. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but there's a lot of different classes to choose from. So you could essentially fill your whole weekend with just classes as well if you don't want to, be working on a whole lot of projects. There were 2 years I got to attend as a true attendee where I really wasn't working the event. And what I would do as a card maker is I would bring a few stamp sets that have had no love. I hadn't inked them up yet. And I would bring, my Copic markers or my favorite coloring medium and maybe some distress inks. And I would just sit there and stamp images in color or watercolor and just totally no stress on what I got done. And then signing up for the classes is fun because it kind of breaks up the day and you get to try different supplies with different techniques, different brands maybe that you've never experienced before. And you get to learn all kinds of cool stuff from all the awesome teachers that are going to be there. So that is, so that's Crop on the Cape, this event that's coming up. But I wanted to just briefly mention my Creative Journey Art Retreat, which I haven't been able to host in person since the pandemic. But I've been doing really fun virtual Creative Journey Art Retreats. That event is more all class. Like you're not going to have time to work on your own projects. It's 2 days of me teaching. We make at least 12 cards. You only have to bring a few supplies of your own. Everything else is provided. And so it's quite different than Crop on the Cape. And I just wanted to briefly mention, which is also exciting, besides Mr. Harley in the background hunting while I'm chatting with you guys, is in the fall of 2023, I will have an in-person Creative Journey Art Retreat. So next year, 2023, there'll be 2 in-person events, Crop on the Cape, which I'll explain some more about that, and then also the Creative Journey Art Retreat. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that going in, because, you know, you might need to pick and choose which event you attend. I, of course, hope you could attend both of them. I think they're going to be both so fun and different and unique for themselves. All right, so back to my notes. I feel like I veered a little bit from that. People attend from all over North America. I don't think anybody has attended from outside of North America in the years that I've run it. I could be wrong on that, but definitely all over North America, people travel. You guys can see, and I'm going to show you the website in just a minute, but you guys can see that you can see what classes are being offered ahead of time. So you can kind of start to plan out maybe what classes you're going to want to register for. You can also see right now the pre-order for gear. Right now, classes and the gear are exclusive to attendees. You need to register for the event to be able to even check out any of the gear or any of the classes like in your cart. It won't allow you to purchase them if you haven't purchased a registration for Crop on the Cape. And you will be able to register for your friends. You're actually going to be able to register for up to 8 people. You just need to make sure you have all of their first names, last names, and email addresses to be able to do that. Then the only add-on, again, because there's only one package this year, is a phantom seat. And a phantom seat essentially means that you get the seat next to you is empty, so you get a larger space. Those are extremely limited because honestly, there's so many people that want to attend the event. We don't want to sell a whole bunch of empty seats. We want all the people that want to be able to come to the event to be able to be there. So those phantom seats are extremely limited. And I anticipate that they will sell out within a couple hours of registration opening. So just keep that in mind. You know, if that's something that you really want to try to snag, you want to definitely be online registering at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday, November 19th. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is we have an amazing amount of sponsors. I'm always so grateful hosting events and having brands want to help me in sponsoring my events. And so these are all the amazing sponsors that are going to be donating goodies to spoil you guys throughout the weekend. The people that are listed under platinum sponsors, pretty much you can anticipate a fun little goodie from them that will be in your welcome bag. Those welcome bags are usually valued at least $100, if not more. I would say more, honestly. And then the gold sponsors and the silver sponsors are super awesome as well. And what they're giving is the prizes that we'll be giving away throughout the weekend. We do games, which are optional, but even if you don't want to play in the games, I highly recommend just being there to watch them because they're always so fun. My friends Jen and Lindsay host the games for me, and they do an amazing job. And then we do prizes throughout the weekend as well. We do some challenges, scrapbooking challenges and card making challenges and all kinds of fun things. So those gold sponsors and silver sponsors, all of their prizes are, you know, super awesome for those things. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that as well. Let me check my notes. And then we have a lot of amazing vendors. And the vendors are going to be on site selling product. So we have everything from Papercraft Clubhouse, which is a store located in Connecticut. She has everything a local scrapbook stamp store would have. She doesn't bring her whole store, but she does a very good job at almost bringing her whole store. But you can always contact her ahead of time as well and make sure that she's bringing specific things that you want. And then we also have a Close to My Heart rep. We have Cheryl Mazzetti from Perfect Paints. We have Nancy, who does awesome laser creations and chalk couture and Stampin' Up. We have a Kiwi Lane rep, Linda. We have Susan, who's a close to my heart rep. Great Scraps does all kind of pre-planned layouts for you. And then we have Cobby Clothing. I ask Shelly every year how to pronounce that, and I always forget. So it's Cobby or KB Clothing, and she always sets up a really great spread of awesome clothing. And then we have some pop-up vendors. Wash Ashore, my friends Jen and Lindsay will be there with some jewelry. And then I've also convinced Melissa Oliveira from Busy Fingers to come back, and she'll be selling all of her awesome stuff that she stitches, reusable snack bags, notebook covers. She actually donates fabric lanyards for everybody for the weekend for their name tags. And I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. And then I'll have a pop-up shop as well with items from my online shop. So it's a really fun shopping weekend as well. You know me, I have to enable you for some things. And then we do 2 dessert bars on Friday night and Saturday night. So those are really fun, coffee and dessert. And I'm just checking my notes. All right, let me bring up the website so you guys can kind of see what is going on right now. All right. So this is my website, shirkus.com. And right now, if you just scroll down past my obnoxiously excited face right here, you'll see these 2 buttons. Right now, you can go to previewing the upcoming Crop on the Cape gear. On Saturday, this will be available to purchase, but this is just showing you all the fun options. You can kind of plan out maybe what you're going to want to purchase. Again, these are all pre-orders, so nothing will be shipped to you. This will be available for pickup at the event. But this is a perfect way. You can see, Eat, Sleep, Craft, Repeat is on multiple different styles of shirts. And then also if you go into here, you'll see that there's additional colors available. So this year we have that mint color again, the pink that's super popular, and I added plum for all you purple lovers. So that is available as well. And then I just wanted to show you, you can also view right here the exclusive classes. So these are all the different classes that are going to be available for the weekend. Again, these are just for attendees at this time. In the past, we have opened them up to the public at a higher price, but the people who are attending Crop on the Cape get first dibs on the seats because there are limited seats available. And you can click on each of these and read about the class and get some more information on the project. Again, so that you can decide maybe what it is you want to do, what you want to sign up for. Then if you go to croponthecape.com, I just wanted to show you really quick that this is where you're going to find all the information about the event. Right up here at the top where it says 2023 venue and reservations. This is where you'll go to learn how to book your hotel room. Okay. And then that FAQ page, that answers a lot of really great questions for you. And then under event details, this is where you'll find what's offered throughout the weekend and the price, which is $175 for the weekend. This also lists all the vendors I was just telling you about. And you also can come here and read a little bit more about each of the teachers that are going to be teaching the awesome classes throughout the weekend. It lists the sponsors again. And then this weekend schedule kind of gives you an at a glance. I'll be adding to this as the event gets closer. We haven't determined like what the games are going to be or different things like that. And then if you click classes or pre-order gear, this is going to just bring you right back to my website. I always love this countdown right here, the 120 days. Sometimes that stresses me out, but sometimes it's fun to see that we just have a little bit to go. All right. I love it. I see Sarah said, busy, need some new lip balm holders. Yeah, Melissa has the best stuff, the best stuff. And I see Tracy from Papercraft Clubhouse is here. We love having her there as well. Stephanie's excited about the purple gear. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now I can see what you guys are saying, and I will answer questions for you guys. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Kathy's reminding me that Danielle came from outside of the States because she's down in the or outside of North America because she's down in the Caribbean. So yeah, we have had people. Janine asked how much it is. So it's $175 for the weekend. If you do want to snag a phantom seat, those are $50. Again, those are very limited. And then any of the classes that you want to sign up for are additional, and you book your hotel room additionally as well. Let's see. My friend Josie, who helps out, she says, I remember the days of taking a class. I know. I don't give her many breaks. Maybe this year I'll be able to. Okay. Are there any questions? Penny has a good question. Hello, Penny, who's down in Texas. I did mention this. She's asking, what airport would you fly into? I did mention this on the FAQ page, but basically you can fly into TF Green, which is in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island, or you can fly into Logan, Boston. You could fly into Hyannis as well, but it's a very small airport, so it could get very pricey, but who knows? Maybe you have some good points to use up. Whether you choose to fly into TF Green or Boston, both of them are almost the same miles away, but getting out of TF Green, you don't have to ever worry about traffic. And getting out of Boston, you just need to be careful if you're going to put yourself, getting out of Logan Airport at rush hour. So I always tell friends, I think I even told Libby this last year, because she flies up from Georgia to teach the hero arts classes. If it's even, $50, $75, maybe, more, fly into TF Green, because it just will be less of a hassle. But if you can fly into Boston and you're not hitting any of those peak driving times getting in and out of the city, then that's totally fine as well. But you see it, some of the local people are already chiming in over on Facebook. They're saying, definitely TF Green, it's easier. But definitely look at both. But TF Green is definitely much easier. Joan is asking, will the hotel have lunches to buy this year? I'm not 100% sure on that, Joan. I'm going to guess the answer to that is possibly no. But as we get closer to the event, I'll know the answer for that. What it is a staffing issue. So we'll see. I'm not going to ask them now. I'll ask them as we get a little bit closer. And Joan is also asking, will there be massages this year? And the answer to that is also no. It's a combination between the fact that we are kind of still in a pandemic, and most of my massage therapists have moved away, and it's been really hard to find massage therapists to work the weekend. So we figured let's do one more year without them, and maybe they'll come back next year. All right. Penny says, thanks. I'll need to see where Southwest goes. And I'll let you know, Penny, last I knew, TF Green is a Southwest hub. So you're golden there. So I look forward to seeing you in March, Penny. You have no excuses. So Holly's asking, so what are there for eating options then? Are the restaurants close? So on site, there is a hotel restaurant, which is super yummy. And you can, purchase anything there. And then, yes, there are tons of restaurants that are super close. And you can also have takeout delivered, and lots of options, which we are happy to answer any questions about those when you're at the event at the registration desk. Monica's asking, are any meals included? So no, there are no meals included, just the 2 dessert bars. Let's see. We kind of we used to include meals years ago, but it was becoming more complicated. It's over 250 people attending. It gets pretty it just gets pretty dicey organizing food. And because there are so many great options in the area, we figured that is the easiest way to go. And then that helps us keep our costs down as well for the event. Lots of people are commenting, delivery is great. There's a Dunkin' Donuts nearby. There's a Starbucks. Sarah's mentioning all the local delivery guys know the crop on the Cape ladies. Yeah. So lots and lots of options. So Janine has a good question that I meant to mention. So thank you guys. Seating with our friends. Is there a place on registration? So that was the other thing I wanted to show you. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me go back. I wanted to actually quickly show you guys the registration form that will be live on Saturday. So you can't see this yourself right now, but you will be able to see it on Saturday, obviously, when it's time to register. But one thing that I would recommend is making sure that you start an account on my website now. Right up here in the right-hand corner, next to the little shopping cart, it says My Account. Make sure you register an account or re-log in to make sure you know your password and just be all ready to go. But this is what the registration form will look like for you guys on Saturday. And, basically, this is where that question is involved, if you can sit with your friends. Sorry, my words are hard sometimes. Here's where, if you want a phantom seat, you can snag one of those for $50. When the phantom seats sell out, you can definitely email us to be put on a wait list. There's no guarantees, but we do our best to try to fill those in as we're doing the seating chart. Then you're going to put in your name, your last name, your email. And then if you have a seating request, like who you want to sit with, you'll click yes, and then you're going to enter the names here. Now, you guys, I'm going to zoom back into my face for this. The seating chart is the hardest part of the event. Again, we have over 250 people attend, and it's very different than a wedding where everybody is there to celebrate 2 people. It's just different. So we do our best to fulfill all seating requests. Our first and foremost goal, obviously, is that you're sitting with your friends. After that, if you have specifics of where you want to sit in the room or which way you want to face, whether you're back to the door, your face to the door, all those things are added after. But again, we've never had a year where you can't sit with your friends. We definitely do that. Now, tables are in groups of 8. And so there's 4 people per 8-foot table. The approximate space size is 4 feet by 30 inches. So if you have more than 4 people, and then honestly, the tables butt up, so it's actually 8 people per grouping. If you have more than 8 people in your friend group, you're not all going to be able to sit together, but you'll sit in the vicinity. And then the other thing, when you're filling out your seating requests, if you guys could just chat with your group of friends before registration on Saturday and get on the same page of who's attending, who you're all going to sit with, and make sure everybody has their first and last names. Because typing in, Sarah and Kathy and Barb doesn't help us. That's Sarah who, Kathy who, Barb who. It's very, very complicated. And then if not everybody's putting the same people down, it also complicates it and confuses it. So get together with your group of friends, do a FaceTime video call, figure out who's attending, make sure everybody knows everybody's first and last name and who everybody is listing in this section, because that will just make it really, really helpful for us. Here is where you can choose how many people you're registering for. So if your friends can't be on at registration time, you can register for more than one person. And then you will click that you've read the cancellation policy and you'll click add to cart, and then you can cash out. So that's how the registration will go. But again, make sure that you guys start an account now. If you have never purchased anything on my website, or if you haven't in a long time, make sure you guys have an account established, so that it will just make it easier for you on Saturday. Sarah just said, hold up, there's more than one Sarah going. You know how it is, Sarah. Yay. Roberta said she's excited that I'm able to do this event live. Thank you so much, Roberta. Yeah, it was nice to be back in person last year. I think we were all kind of like in a like excited haze, because we were like, wait, we're all together. So it's even more exciting to get together again. Janine has all the awesome questions. Is there electrical? Yes, electrical is run at all of the tables. The amazing, amazing staff at the Resort and Conference Center runs electrical to every single table in this room. Again, this is just like a quarter of the room. It goes far to the left and far to the right. I do recommend that you guys bring an extension cord. But you guys can see here, this is a grouping of 4 tables, and then you'll see there's 4 more butted up to it. So it's really a group of 8 that can sit together. But again, if your friend group is larger than a group of 8, we will do our best to have you guys sit somewhere near each other. Let's see. Good questions. Good questions. Catherine says, talk about the swap table for the newbies. Yeah, there's a swap table in the hallway near the vendor rooms, where if you want to drop some items off that you're no longer using in your crafty life, you can put them on the swap table and pick up anything else that you would like. Also in that hallway, we have AccuCut die cut systems with tons of dies, lots of really great mini book pages, covers, and things that you can cut. And so that's available for use as well. Anne's asking, can you set up a side table? So the answer to that, Anne, is yes-ish. And I just say that because it depends where you're sitting. If you have one of these end tables near this really wide walkway, you can definitely put a little table at the end there. A lot of people will bring the utility wagons to lug their stuff in, and they'll set them there. I just would always remind you guys to be mindful of your neighbors, and it never hurts to ask them if they mind, and just make sure we're not blocking walkways. Again, 250 plus people in this room. We want to make sure everybody has an enjoyable time. Kim's asking, how do folks traveling on the plane bring their stuff? Well, speaking from used to traveling and teaching in-person classes all the time, it's quite easy to bring, stuff with you if you kind of plan ahead of time. You're not going to be able to bring your whole craft room, but you can definitely bring your most used tools. Again, whether you're a card maker or a scrapbooker, you could maybe plan out, like, let's say if you're a scrapbooker, you could plan out some page kits ahead of time. Or if you're a stamper, you can just bring a few of your favorite stamp sets and some coloring items and some paper. There's also so much shopping on site. You could just play with all new goodies, just bring maybe your favorite tools. And then also, if you're taking a bunch of classes, just check out what the supply list for the classes are, and you can just bring those items as well. So it's definitely doable. Lots of people do fly in, so there's definitely potential there. Janine is asking for wagon storage, and I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Janine. A lot of the wagons that people use to unload stuff from their car are the collapsible wagons. So you can definitely collapse those down and there's room under your table for sure. All right, let's see if I'm missing any questions. Let's see. Oh, hello, Bradley. I see Brad is on here as well. Let's see. I'm just scrolling up to make sure. Christine asked, did they sell the hotel? Thought that was a possibility. The hotel is under new management, Christine. Laura, it's snowing in Connecticut. Keep that where you are, please. Yay. All right. I think I've scrolled pretty far up. I don't think I've missed any questions. Let's see. Oh, you're so welcome, Eileen, one of my biggest cheerleaders. I'm so lucky to have the crew of friends that helped me throughout the weekend. Carolyn says, I don't mean to laugh, Carolyn, but Carolyn asked what the weather is like then. And the only reason why I laughed is because in New England, we don't know what the weather is going to be like 5 minutes from now. It's mid-March, so we have had years where it has snowed. We have had years where it's been like summer. We have had years where it's rained. We have had years where it's just been gray and blah. There's no answer to that. Yeah, Sarah just said it could be 25 in snow or 70 and sunny. Exactly. Hello, Kirsten. So excited. Sandy says she was a newbie last year and it was so fun. Everyone was so nice. Annie says, does everyone stay at the same hotel? Yeah, the majority of the people do stay at the hotel where the event is hosted. And all of those details are on cropponthecape.com. What's really nice about that is if you want to craft into the late night hours, you just need to walk down to your room. There's no having to get into your car and if it's chilly and drive somewhere. So yeah. Let's see. Tammy says, excited to be a first timer with 2 of my friends. This Florida girl is hoping for snow. Well, now Tammy, I don't know. That might have just banned you from the event because us in March, we don't want any more snow. And I don't want any snow when we have an event because I want everybody to be able to get there safely. But I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, Nancy asked, do people ever come by themselves? And I talked about this at the beginning of the video, Nancy, which you can catch the replay. But the short answer is yes. We have lots of people come by themselves. We do our best to seat you with other people that are coming by yourselves, or we always let people at your table know that you're solo. And honestly, lifelong friendships have been made that way. So don't let being solo deter you from coming. Monica said, is payment due in full at the time of registration? Yes, it is, Monica. The $175 is due when you register. Oh, hi, Becky. I recognize your name. I know if I saw your face, I'd be able to put the 2 and 2 together. But she said, I missed a couple years due to COVID, hoping to attend. Hope that you can as well. Yeah, you can book your hotel room right now, Catherine. If you go to cropponthecape.com, all the information is there under the venue page on that website. All right, let's see. I love it. All the local people are like, no snow, no snow, no snow. So funny. Sarah just said, you might come by yourself, but you will never be lonely. Exactly. It's a really fun group of people, you guys. The energy is awesome. And it's so, so awesome to just see that ballroom fill up and, It's just awesome. It always goes by too quick. It always goes by too quick. So once more, I just want to quickly show you guys the amazing sponsors that are donating items for the weekend. Lots of fabulous, fabulous companies there. I'm so thankful for their support. I wouldn't be able to do the events that I do without them. This is the room we're going to fill up, you guys. I can't wait to see you all fill in this room up in March of 2023. And if you have any other questions, or if you're watching the replay, you can comment on the video and ask me questions, but you can also send me an email. I think I have my email here. Yeah, there we go. There's my email. Getting with it. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for your excitement about it, about any of the events and classes that I host. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I truly mean it, because they're a lot of work, but your excitement and support make it all worth it. And it just makes it so, so much fun. Yeah, Barb, there will be phantom seats. I chatted about that towards the beginning of the video. So definitely check the replay, but they're extremely, extremely limited. So make sure if you want a phantom seat, you're checking out real early on Saturday. So the website is croponthecape.com, Monica. And then the registration is going to happen on shirkus.com, but I'll have a link for that on Saturday on the Crop on the Cape's website. So croponthecape.com, just the name of the event, .com. And yeah, I can't wait. Any last minute questions before I go? I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I wanted to go over stuff. I think sometimes it's just easier to chat it out with you guys instead of making you read all the words. Yeah, let's see. I'm still laughing at all the locals. No snow, no snow. So yeah, so you definitely can book your hotel rooms now. And then definitely create an account on shirkus.com. So you're all ready for that and you know what your password is and all that jazz. Get together with your friends, start that group chat, do a little FaceTime video, chat with each other, figure out who's coming, who's not coming, get first and last names, and make sure you guys are all writing the same names for your seating requests. Please. Chris says please about that too. Chris and I do the seating chart together, and it's a true test to our relationship. Let me just say that. All right. Thank you guys. You're welcome. And Sarah, I'm so excited that you're teaching again. Sarah's teaching a scrapbook class. I'm so excited to have her back in the reins. Last year, Sarah and Heather's daughters attended with them. I think they're going to attend again. And knowing Sarah for a number of years and seeing her scrapbook her kids from babies until now, it was so surreal to see them attending the event with their moms. It was so cool. It was like a full circle thing. Sandy says the seating chart requires a bottle of wine. If we did that, Sandy, we might not get anybody seated. Oh, yay, they're coming again. Oh, that was so awesome. Yay. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie helps set up the ballroom. She puts all the name badges down, the seat numbers. Love Stephanie. All right. All the list of classes, Amy, are on my website, shirkus.com, and there was a link in my email. So you can link to it right from the email that went out yesterday, or just go to shirkus.com and you'll see on the call out right on my front page under my obnoxious smile. You'll be able to see all the classes right now. And I talked about that and showed the website earlier on in the video too, so you can catch the replay. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Again, if you have any other questions, you can shoot me an email or comment on this video, either on YouTube or Facebook. I will keep an eye on the comments and make sure I get all of those questions answered. Remember, Crop on the Cape, March 16th to 19th, 2023. And registration is this Saturday, November 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Can't wait to see all of those familiar names and new names come in on the registration tickets. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Bye.